thank you very much for having me, and thank you for everyone who came tonight to watch our presentation. I see a lot of familiar faces who are out visiting with the monkeys. As you know, we're in Gainesville, Florida. This is Haley, and she's a little monkey, a little white-faced capuchin that lives at Jungle Friends. And we take in monkeys that are retired from laboratory research, from expats, entertainment, hoarders, different types of situations. Monkeys belong in the wild, not in people's homes. And our mission is to preserve their natural habitats in the wild, which is where they need to live, and to give them a place where they can be monkeys with their own kind, and to teach others to be better caretakers of our planet and everyone that lives on it, including the monkeys and all of us. There's a phenomenon that's not new, but it is becoming very popular again, to have monkeys that people are buying as surrogate children. And they raise them with their families, with their other pets, they dress them up in silly little outfits, and do all kinds of strange things, and you see how cute they are. So they put these little brand new monkeys in pet shops, all dressed up, nursing on a bottle, and people just think they're adorable, and they want their own little pet monkey. They want a child that will never grow up. They don't grow up, but they grow to be the wild monkeys that they are, and that's the problem. And this is a little macaque here. And right now we have 119 monkeys at Jungle Friends. We have dozens of monkeys on our waiting list. About 70% are expats from the exotic pet trade. The other 30% are from laboratory research. This photo is probably the most disturbing to me. I found this on the internet. If you put in monkeys, the first thing you find are how to buy pet monkeys. This photo was on the internet, and it looks like mom and baby are trying to catch a nap while dad's standing guard, because as soon as the baby is born, he knows that a human's going to come and steal his baby. And that's what's the most heartbreaking, is these monkeys are stolen from their natural families, right off the mother's back. And this is Abby, and she had 4 homes by the time she was a year old. Doesn't really work out very well in families, so the monkeys bounce around and bounce around. And she's doing great now. She lives with Jack, and they're just doing monkey stuff and having a great time. And then these, just to give you an idea, this is Bonnie and Bailey. They live at Jungle Friends. Bailey was the result of a failed vasectomy. We checked that now. But you can see how large he is. He lived with his mother on her back nursing until he was 2 years old. So they have such a bond. They stay with him. He still lives with mom, and he's 10. So they have a real family bond, and they live together. And they shouldn't be separated from their monkey families. And this little guy here I met in Panama, this little howler monkey, and they found him on a ship. It was a cruise ship, came in, and of course pet monkeys are illegal in Panama. They're legal here in Florida, unfortunately. But in Panama, where these monkeys are indigenous, they're illegal. And they found him on a cruise ship, and the authorities went in and said, you know, where did you get this monkey? And they said, well, I just jumped out of the tree and onto the boat. Don't know. Well, then at further examination, they confiscated the monkey, and the monkey had shrapnel in him. And what they do in the wild is they shoot the mothers. And if the baby survives the fall, then they take the baby, sell the baby in the pet trade. And while I was there in Suriname, some of our interns were in Suriname, and they sold these monkeys for $30 and just had boxes full of them. And her friend that was there with her wanted to buy them all and release them. And she said, if you do that, that just encourages them to go shoot more mothers, get more babies, and sell more monkeys. This is a Florida breeder who died, and the attorney who's handling the estate called us to come and get these monkeys. And I had to lighten this photo so much. It was so dark. It was like a dungeon where they lived. And there were little cotton-top tamarins. And it was so filthy there were holes in the cage. I don't know how they even stayed in there. But we came and got them out, had to cut them out of the cage. And they were breeders for the exotic pet trade. And they were, babies were stolen and taken to and sold in the pet trade. And that's Einstein. We named him Einstein. He looks a little like Einstein, don't you think? And that's Tara over there. That's his companion. So they're living at Jungle Friends now. They're out of that dungeon, and they're having a great time. And we rescued a lot of 10 other cottontops from laboratory research, who they also live with in Tiermantown, over in Munchkin Land. For those of you who've been to Jungle Friends, you remember Munchkin Land. And this is Bam Bam. Bam Bam was in the exotic pet trade. As a pet, she attacked several people. She was in quarantine twice for attacks, and this time she was scheduled to be killed. But we stepped in and told them that we would give Bam Bam a home. And before that was Jack. Jack was confiscated, and there was a drug deal gone bad. In Ohio, there were gunshots, and they found 3 people shot, 2 were dead. Went in to find Jack chained to the back porch in Ohio in the wintertime, freezing. And there were also machine guns and lots of cash, lots of drugs, an alligator, and 2 weeks before that there was a tiger at the same place. So he came to us, and here's Jack and Bam Bam. So they're playing, doing monkey things, and that's what we do at Jungle Friends, is we know monkeys need to be with other monkeys. So we get them together and find them a nice companion, and then they get to do monkey things. And this is Tessa. She was also purchased as a surrogate child. People did not think they could have babies, so they bought a baby monkey. And a lot of humans aren't feeding their children very well. I don't know if you've heard how diabetes is on the rise. We even had a 4-year-old child at Shands in Gainesville, type 2 diabetic. So that's crazy. And this little monkey, the woman called me. You see her eyes were sunken. She was skin and bone. She could see every bone in her body. The woman called me and said she thought there was something, her monkey was just diagnosed with diabetes. And I said, what was her blood glucose? And she said 1120. I said, and she's alive? And she said, well, she's not moving very well. So put her in your car and go to the nearest drugstore and buy the fastest acting insulin you can find and call me. So we did get her on insulin, but she was too sick to even travel. But I worked with her human and got her on an insulin regime. And there she is now, relaxing on a log at Jungle Friends after a little insulin therapy. And then after a little Mario therapy, she's off insulin. So without the stress of living in a human home and with a place to run and be free and to interact with others of her own kind, she's completely off insulin now. She's being regulated with it. Glucose that high is now being regulated just on diet alone. And if you want to see Mario and Tessa's very first monkey kiss, you can go to our website and click on Monkey Movies and look for Brown Capuchin Romance. And it's her very first kiss. It's the sweetest thing you've ever seen. They just have so much fun. And this is Kari. She was very malnourished when she showed up at a vet's office, and the people didn't want her anymore, didn't know if she was going to live, and a vet tech took her home and got her back, and got her eating, and took care of her, and then brought her to Jungle Friends. And Lulu is another little monkey that was abandoned during Hurricane Francis. And the Fish and Wildlife went to go and get her because the neighbors called, the monkey was abandoned, went over there, the owners came back and were drunk, and I guess came to fisticuffs, something happened, monkey got loose, they had to anesthetize the monkey, and whoever did it used the wrong drug. She slept for 3 days with me, and I was hoping she would wake up. We didn't know if she would. The drugs they used couldn't be reversed. And then I'll never forget the morning when she woke up, and we were in bed, and she just went, "Ooh!" And I went, "Oh!" And I got on my radio, the monkey's awake, please come and get me, the monkey's awake. But she just went around and sat in everybody's laps, and for a minute, we're like, okay, let's get the monkey into a cage. And we finally did, and we introduced her to other monkeys, and that's Kari there, all nice and big and fat, and they're all playing together now. So it seems that they're so resilient, that if they get enough love and care and the right kind of foods and the proper environment, they just come around.